Have you ever felt like there's something uniquely extraordinary about you? A quiet yet unshakable sense that you're destined for something greater? This is no coincidence. It's a divine calling, intricately woven into the fabric of your being. From the moment your journey began, the universe has been guiding you, preparing you for this exact moment, a season where all you've dreamed of, all you've worked tirelessly for, is about to manifest in ways that will leave you in awe. This is not just another chapter of your life. This is the threshold of transformation, the final step before you step into limitless abundance, profound success, and a wealth of opportunities beyond your imagination. The millions you've envisioned, the impact you've longed to make, and the life of purpose you've always dreamed of are not mere fantasies. They are your divine inheritance. As you prepare to step into this monumental shift, remember, every hardship, every tear, every sleepless night, and every challenge has been part of your preparation. Nothing you've faced has been random. You've been chosen, not by chance, but because of your resilience, faith, and the light you carry. And now, the universe is ready to reward you beyond anything you've ever imagined. Being a chosen one isn't about luck, talent, or privilege. It's about the strength of your spirit. Your journey has not been easy. You've faced relentless trials, endured moments of doubt, and experienced setbacks that could have easily broken you. Yet, you persevered. You stood firm in your faith, trusting that a greater purpose was being fulfilled even when the path seemed unclear. Think back to those moments when life tested you, when you wondered why nothing seemed to work out. Those were not setbacks. They were stepping stones, sharpening your character and fortifying your soul. Every struggle you overcame has shaped you into the resilient, powerful person you are today. The universe doesn't make mistakes, and it doesn't choose just anyone for this path. You were chosen because of your unwavering faith and your ability to rise above adversity. Like Joseph, who was betrayed, imprisoned, and seemingly forgotten, only to rise as a ruler of Egypt. Your trials were preparing you for a destiny far greater than you could have envisioned. Your resilience has proven that you are not only capable of handling abundance, but that you are destined to lead, inspire, and transform lives. You are standing on the precipice of greatness. The tests you've endured were not punishments but preparations. Every tear shed and every obstacle overcome has brought you closer to this moment. Now, as you take this final step, know that the rewards ahead are not just material. They are spiritual, emotional, and deeply fulfilling. The millions that are flowing into your life are not a coincidence. They are part of a divine plan, a tool for your mission. This wealth is not simply for personal gain. It is meant to empower you to uplift others, create meaningful change, and fulfill your purpose. Society often pits spirituality and wealth against each other, but as a chosen one, you understand that money is energy. It is a resource meant to be used for good. This is your time to break free from limiting beliefs about scarcity and step fully into the abundance mindset. You are no longer bound by past struggles or societal expectations. The universe has deemed you worthy, and the millions you are about to receive are just the beginning of a life filled with overflow, joy, and divine alignment. For too long, you may have undervalued your worth. You've been taught to believe that wanting wealth is selfish, or that spirituality requires living in lack. But it's time to release those false narratives. Abundance is your birthright. As Deuteronomy 8:18 reminds us, it is God who gives you the ability to produce wealth. Your millions are not just rewards. They are a reflection of the inner work, faith, and perseverance you've cultivated over the years. True abundance transcends material wealth. It embodies a life filled with love, peace, fulfillment, opportunities, and the freedom to live in harmony with your highest purpose. Imagine waking up each day with a deep sense of contentment, knowing that you are walking in alignment with your divine calling. The stresses and anxieties that once weighed heavily on your heart will dissipate, replaced by a profound sense of ease and flow. This is the beauty of embracing a new reality where everything you need, whether it's resources, connections, or inspiration, flows to you effortlessly. Adopting an abundance mindset is the key to unlocking this reality. It begins with the understanding that the universe is limitless, teeming with endless possibilities and blessings. There is no scarcity in a divine system. Every need can and will be met. As a chosen one, you are uniquely connected to this infinite stream of prosperity. You are not separate from abundance, you are a part of it. By shifting your perspective, you align yourself with the energy of plenty, allowing blessings to manifest in your life naturally. This mindset requires trust. Trust in the process, trust in the timing, and trust in your own worthiness to receive. Every prayer you've whispered and every dream you've held close to your heart is known to the divine. In perfect timing, these desires will manifest, often in ways far greater than you imagined. By releasing fears of lack and embracing the certainty of abundance, you step into a reality where miracles unfold effortlessly. Trust that the universe is working in your favor, aligning circumstances and opportunities to bring you a life rich in joy, purpose, and limitless possibilities. You are destined for greatness, and abundance is your birthright. Gratitude is the cornerstone of true abundance, a profound spiritual principle that unlocks the flow of blessings into your life. It is more than an emotion. It is an energetic force that connects you to the divine, amplifying the good that already exists and making space for even greater blessings to manifest. Gratitude acts as a magnet, drawing abundance toward you by aligning your energy with the frequency of receiving. When you give thanks, not only for what you have now but also for the blessings on their way, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. As you prepare to step into your season of overflow, let gratitude flow freely from your heart. Take time each day to reflect on your journey, the trials you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, and the moments of grace that carried you through. Think back to the times when giving up seemed like the easier choice, but you pressed on with faith. Celebrate those small victories, for they paved the way for the major breakthroughs you're now experiencing. Luke 16:10 reminds us, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." Your consistent gratitude, even in seasons of lack, has demonstrated your readiness to handle the abundance that is coming. Gratitude cultivates humility and fosters a deep awareness of the divine partnership in your life. Let this gratitude not only dwell in your heart but also radiate through your actions. Use it as a daily practice, a quiet moment of reflection or an intentional act of kindness that honors the blessings already in your life. As you live with a grateful spirit, you align with the limitless flow of the universe, inviting blessings beyond measure and stepping fully into the abundance that is your divine birthright. Faith has been your anchor throughout this journey. It has carried you through storms, guided you in darkness, and kept you grounded when everything seemed uncertain. Now, as you stand on the brink of manifesting your dreams, it's time to double down on that faith. Believe with every fiber of your being that the millions, the success, and the abundance are already yours. Faith is not the denial of reality but the ability to see beyond it, creating a new one through trust in the divine plan. It's a powerful force that empowers you to rise above challenges and move forward, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Faith allows you to envision a future where obstacles are stepping stones and limitations are transformed into possibilities. It's the quiet assurance that no matter how difficult things may seem, you are supported by a higher power guiding you toward your destiny. When doubts creep in, and they will, pause and reflect on how far you've already come. Consider the trials you've faced and the strength you've found to persevere. Each of those moments was a testament to your faith, a reminder of the unshakable foundation you've built. The same faith that carried you through the storms will now guide you into a season of abundance and fulfillment. As 1 Corinthians 10:13 promises, God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. This is a divine assurance that you will never face more than you are prepared to handle. Similarly, the universe's timing is perfect. It grants blessings and opportunities only when you are truly ready. The success coming your way has been carefully aligned with your growth, ensuring you have the wisdom and capacity to embrace it fully. Success can feel overwhelming, especially when it arrives after years of trials, perseverance, and hardship. It's natural to question whether you're truly deserving of this newfound abundance or worry that it might change who you are. These doubts, while human, are unnecessary burdens that no longer serve you. Let go of them now. You are ready for this success. Every challenge you've faced has prepared you, every setback has refined you, and every victory has strengthened you for this moment. It's important to understand that wealth does not corrupt. It amplifies what is already within. If your heart is grounded in purpose and aligned with the divine, your abundance will reflect that alignment. Proverbs 3:9-10 reminds us to honor the Lord with your wealth. This is the key to using success as a tool for good. Your blessings are not meant to isolate or inflate you. They are meant to expand your mission, uplift others, and make a meaningful impact. As a chosen one, you are uniquely equipped to handle this responsibility with grace and intention. Think of Joseph, who rose from betrayal and imprisonment to a position of immense power. His success wasn't just about personal gain, it served a greater purpose. His influence saved countless lives and brought restoration to his family. In the same way, your success is a divine appointment, part of a larger plan to inspire and uplift those around you. Your rise will serve as a beacon of hope, showing others what faith, perseverance, and trust in the divine can achieve. Celebrate your success with joy and humility. This moment is not an accident. It's the culmination of everything you've worked toward and believed in. Rejoice in your accomplishments, but remain rooted in gratitude and purpose. Your wealth is not just a reward, it is a resource entrusted to you for a higher mission. With every step you take, remember that this is only the beginning of what the universe has in store. Let your success be a light for others, proving that greatness is possible for those who stay faithful. This is your time to thrive, chosen one. M2. The millions flowing into your life are far more than a measure of financial success. They are a divine resource, entrusted to you for a greater purpose. While they will undoubtedly provide personal comfort and freedom, their ultimate purpose goes far beyond that. This wealth is a tool, meant to empower you to fuel your mission and amplify the light you carry within. It's an opportunity to make a profound impact, supporting your loved ones, uplifting your community, and creating opportunities for those in need. This is the true essence of abundance, using it as a force for good. Wealth in the hands of a chosen one is transformational. It is not simply about accumulating material things, but about building something greater, something that leaves a lasting legacy. Imagine the lives you can touch, the hope you can restore, and the possibilities you can create for others. Your abundance has the power to ripple outward, inspiring change and spreading light in ways you might not yet even comprehend. Luke 12:48 reminds us of an essential truth. To whom much is given, much will be required. This isn't a burden but a call to action, a sacred responsibility to use your blessings wisely. The millions you are about to receive come with the divine expectation that you will honor this trust, using your resources not just for personal gain, but to uplift and transform lives. Whether it's through charitable giving, mentoring, or creating systems of support, your wealth is a means to manifest divine purpose in the world. Embrace this responsibility with open arms and an open heart. Use your abundance to serve those around you, lifting them out of darkness and into possibility. This is why you've been chosen, not just to prosper, but to lead by example, showing others what is possible when faith, alignment, and abundance come together. Let your actions speak of your gratitude and purpose, turning your wealth into a beacon of hope that shines brightly for all to see. This is the true power of abundance, not just to receive, but to give, to serve, and to inspire. The signs of your transformation and abundance are all around you, if you take a moment to truly see them. Opportunities are appearing, often in unexpected ways. Doors that once seemed firmly shut are now swinging wide open, inviting you to step through. Synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that align perfectly with your goals, are unfolding, confirming that you are moving in the right direction. These are not random events. They are the universe's whispers, affirming that the millions and blessings you've envisioned are already on their way to you. Trust these signs. They are a divine language, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your destiny. Your intuition, that still, small voice within, is leading you to the right people, the right circumstances, and the right opportunities. Listen to it. This guidance is the universe aligning every detail to ensure that your path to abundance is clear and purposeful. However, signs alone are not enough. They require action. Take inspired action when opportunities arise, even if they seem challenging or push you out of your comfort zone. Move boldly, knowing that every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to the abundance you deserve. Just as Moses parted the Red Sea, it wasn't simply faith, but faith combined with action that allowed the miracle to unfold. In the same way, your willingness to act will open the way for the universe to deliver what has always been meant for you. This is a partnership between you and the divine. The universe provides the signs and opportunities, but it is your courage, trust, and action that turn possibilities into reality. Step forward with confidence, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, and the abundance you've dreamed of is closer than ever. The miracles are already in motion. Trust the process and take your rightful place in your destiny. As your millions begin to flow into your life, remember to pause and celebrate this incredible moment. Celebration is far more than just an outward expression of joy. It is a sacred act of gratitude, a powerful acknowledgement of the journey that has brought you here. Every trial you endured, every lesson you learned, and every victory along the way deserves to be honored. Celebration is your way of saying thank you to the divine for the blessings that have unfolded and continue to flow into your life. Take time to reflect on how far you've come. Consider the hardships you overcame, the perseverance you demonstrated, and the faith that carried you through even the most uncertain times. Let this moment of celebration be a reminder of your strength and resilience. You didn't arrive here by accident. It was through divine alignment, unwavering belief, and purposeful action that you reached this season of abundance. There are many ways to celebrate, and the most meaningful ones will reflect your unique journey. Perhaps it's through quiet reflection, taking time to meditate or journal about your gratitude for this milestone. Maybe it's sharing your blessings with loved ones, expressing your appreciation for those who supported you along the way. Or perhaps it's treating yourself to something special, a symbolic gesture that marks this moment as a turning point in your life. Whatever form your celebration takes, let it be authentic and heartfelt. This is not just about rejoicing in your wealth. It's about honoring the divine partnership that made it possible. Celebrate with humility and gratitude, knowing that your abundance is both a reward and a tool for greater purpose. By embracing this moment with joy, you open your heart to even more blessings, ensuring that the flow of abundance continues to expand in your life. The millions you are about to receive are not the end of your journey, but the beginning of an extraordinary new chapter filled with limitless possibilities. With great wealth comes even greater opportunities to uplift others, inspire change, and lead with purpose. This is your moment to embrace your abundance with gratitude, faith, and a clear sense of divine purpose. Trust that everything in your life has prepared you for this exact time. The best is yet to come, and your journey is just beginning. Chosen one, step boldly into your abundant future, knowing that the universe has orchestrated this season of overflow just for you. Rise with confidence, grace, and a heart open to all the blessings ahead. You were made for this moment. We are so grateful to have you here, walking this path of purpose and faith. If this message has inspired you, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and join this growing community of faith and empowerment. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments. Your story could encourage someone else. Let's continue to rise together, chosen one. Thank you for being part of this journey. Your time is now. Chosen ones, what I'm about to share may catch you off guard. But know this: it is no accident that you're encountering this message at this precise moment. God's hand has guided you here because something extraordinary is stirring in your life. A profound transformation is unfolding within you, a shift from merely wanting to having. Yes, you heard that right. Those heartfelt prayers, those deep-seated hopes, and those dreams that once seemed distant are no longer just aspirations floating in the future. They are now stepping into the realm of your reality. This is not just a shift in mindset. It is a deep, spiritual, and energetic realignment. As one of God's chosen, you are about to witness things in your life aligning with such grace and speed that you will be left in awe. However, stepping fully into the blessings that God has prepared for you requires understanding how this shift works. It's about aligning your heart and soul with the divine so you can embrace the fullness of your purpose and desires. If you are truly among the chosen, you will feel drawn to this message. Something deep within your spirit will resonate, confirming that this truth is meant for you. And those who stay until the end, those who hold this truth close, will see their lives change in ways they once only dreamed of. Chosen ones, let's begin this journey by exploring the profound essence of desire. Desire is not just a fleeting wish or a casual thought. It is a sacred awareness of the gap between where you are and where you feel divinely destined to be. This gap is not merely a mental or emotional experience. It is a spiritual realization. Desire is, at its core, a signal from God. It reflects a divine understanding that you were created for more purpose, more growth, and more fulfillment. It is an internal call to step into the extraordinary, to embrace the next chapter of your story. Yet with this call often comes a stirring in the heart, a longing, an ache that something essential is just out of reach. You may be praying for a deeper love, financial provision, career success, or inner peace. Whatever your desire, it represents the sacred tension between your current reality and the divine destiny that awaits you. Desire, if misunderstood, can sometimes overwhelm us. It can fill us with frustration, impatience, or even doubt. But here's the truth: desire is not a burden or a weakness. It is a divine spark, igniting the fires of creation within you. The Bible illustrates this beautifully in the story of Hannah in 1 Samuel. She longed for a child with such intensity that her prayers moved her to the temple, where she poured out her heart to God. Her desire was not a flaw. It was the very force that drew her into a covenant with God. Through her faith, she was blessed with Samuel, who became a prophet. Could your desires be more than mere yearnings? Could they be sacred signals guiding you into deeper alignment with God's divine plan for your life? Consider this: every frustration, every hope, and every dream planted in your heart may carry a purpose far greater than you currently understand. These feelings may not be random. They could be part of God's intricate design, drawing you closer to the life He has prepared for you. Frustration, while uncomfortable, often serves as a catalyst for growth. It can push you to seek solutions, take bold steps, and lean on God for wisdom and direction. Hope, on the other hand, is a powerful force that keeps your heart anchored, reminding you that the story isn't over and that God is still working behind the scenes. Dreams, those vivid visions of what could be, might be God whispering to your spirit, awakening within you a hunger for the extraordinary life He's designed. Without desire, transformation would remain stagnant. Desire is the spark that ignites change, the holy discontent that calls you out of complacency and into action. It is through your longings that God stirs your soul, reminding you that you were made for more, for greater purpose, fulfillment, and joy. Think of Moses, whose desire to free his people burned so deeply that he left his comfort behind to answer God's call. Or consider Nehemiah, whose frustration over Jerusalem's broken walls propelled him into leadership and restoration. In each case, God used their desires to awaken something profound within them, guiding them to fulfill His plan. So ask yourself, what might God be using your own desires to awaken within you? How might He be using them to refine your character, deepen your faith, and guide you closer to Him? Now let's explore the powerful transformation that occurs when you shift from wanting to having. When you remain in a state of wanting, you inadvertently affirm lack. Each time you say, "I want this," or "I need that," you send a signal that what you desire is beyond your reach. This creates a cycle of longing, where fulfillment feels perpetually out of grasp. The Bible offers us guidance here. In Matthew 6:8, we are reminded, "Your Father knows what you need before you ask Him." When you focus on lack, you overlook the profound truth that God already knows your desires and has a plan for them. But what if, instead of yearning, you believe that your prayers were already answered? Jesus tells us in Mark 11:24, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." This verse is not merely about asking. It's about embodying a faith so deep and certain that you live as if your desires are already unfolding before you. Faith like this doesn't wait for evidence. It doesn't require visible proof or immediate results. Instead, it stands firm in the conviction that God's promises are true and His timing is perfect. This shift in perspective is transformative. When you move from longing to receiving, you no longer dwell in a mindset of lack or incompleteness. Instead, you embrace the energy of abundance and fulfillment, aligning yourself with God's will and timing. This transformation is not passive. It's a dynamic, active step into your divine role as a co-creator with God. When you truly believe that your prayers are being answered, your actions, thoughts, and emotions begin to align with that belief. You prepare for the blessings, creating space in your heart and life to receive them. When you make this shift, you transform from yearning to believing, unlocks the divine flow of blessings and positions you to receive them fully and joyfully. One of the greatest challenges in life is learning to trust in divine timing. In a fast-paced world that celebrates instant gratification, waiting often feels like a burden too heavy to bear. Delays can stir anxiety, doubts can creep in, and the desire to control outcomes can grow overwhelming. Yet Scripture provides a profound reminder in Ecclesiastes 3:1. "To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven." These words invite us to step back and see life from a higher perspective, God's perspective. God's timing is not bound by human expectations or schedules. While we may view waiting as wasted time, He sees it as preparation. Like a master craftsman, God weaves the events of our lives with intricate care, ensuring every moment aligns with His perfect plan. But trusting in that timing requires a shift in mindset, from striving for control to surrendering in faith. When you trust divine timing, you release the need to dictate when or how your hopes and dreams will come to pass. Instead of clinging to anxiety, you embrace peace. Instead of dwelling on doubt, you lean into trust. This surrender doesn't mean passivity. It means acknowledging that God's wisdom far exceeds our own. His delays are not denials, but are often the very moments He uses to shape us, strengthen us, and prepare us for what lies ahead. Consider the relief that comes when you believe every step, even the setbacks, serves a divine purpose. The closed doors, the unexpected detours, the prolonged seasons of waiting, they are all pieces of a larger puzzle that only God can see. Imagine the freedom of releasing your worries and resting in the assurance that He is never early, never late, but always perfectly on time. So what would happen if you fully embrace this trust? You would find a profound peace that surpasses understanding, a joy that no delay could steal, and a hope that anchors your soul even in uncertain seasons. Trusting divine timing doesn't mean you won't face moments of doubt, but it does mean those moments won't define you. As you wait, remember this: God is not slow in fulfilling His promises. He is purposeful. And in His perfect time, everything will fall into place, not just as you imagined, but infinitely better. Faith is one of the most powerful forces in the human experience, a bridge that spans the gap between where you are and where you long to be. It is more than wishful thinking or fleeting hope. Faith is an active, unshakable conviction that what you desire is not just possible, but already taking shape, even when you cannot yet see it. The Bible captures the essence of faith in Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. These words reveal that faith isn't abstract or intangible. It has substance, it carries weight and power. Faith allows you to embody the feeling of having, even when your physical reality hasn't yet aligned with your vision. When you move in faith, your inner dialogue shifts. Instead of saying, "I hope this happens," you begin to declare, "I believe it is already happening." Faith transforms "I want" into "I have." This shift in mindset is crucial because it aligns your thoughts and emotions with your desires. Your heart begins to rest in assurance, no longer striving out of desperation, but moving forward in trust and confidence. However, faith is not passive. It requires movement. The Apostle James reminds us in James 2:26 that faith without works is dead. True faith compels action, steps that reflect your belief in the unseen. If you truly believe your dreams are on their way, your actions will naturally align with that belief. It may mean preparing for opportunities before they arise, investing time or energy into your goals, or simply showing gratitude in advance for what is yet to come. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. While you cannot immediately see the seed grow, you water it daily, trusting that it will sprout and flourish. Your faith in its growth motivates your actions. You don't just wait passively, you nurture it. Faith in your own life works the same way. It inspires you to take steps, even small ones, that move you closer to your vision. But let's be honest, faith isn't always easy. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in, whispering questions like, "What if it doesn't happen?" Or, "What if I'm wrong?" In those moments, lean on God's promises. Remember that His timing is perfect and that He rewards those who trust Him completely. Faith is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting in the one who does. So what would it look like to walk fully in faith today? Perhaps it's choosing gratitude instead of fear. Perhaps it's taking one bold step toward your goal, even if the path ahead feels unclear. Or perhaps it's simply holding on to the truth that you are not walking this journey alone. Faith is the bridge between your desires and your reality. Cross it with confidence, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. With faith in your heart and actions to match, the impossible becomes possible, and what was once unseen becomes your reality. At the core of manifestation lies a profound truth. Energy shapes reality. Every thought you think and every emotion you feel emits a specific frequency, and that frequency acts as a magnet, drawing experiences into your life. Understanding and mastering this energetic principle can transform how you approach your desires, allowing you to co-create a life aligned with your highest aspirations. When your thoughts and emotions dwell in lack, focusing on what you don't have, what's missing, or what's wrong, you align yourself with the frequency of wanting. This energy perpetuates a cycle of scarcity, reinforcing the very reality you wish to change. The more you feel like you're waiting for abundance, the more you remain in a state of waiting. But when you shift your focus to abundance, what you already have and the blessings that surround you, you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. This energetic state naturally attracts blessings, opportunities, and fulfillment. Gratitude plays a central role in this process. When you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you send a signal to the universe. I am abundant. I am fulfilled. This mindset doesn't just make you feel better in the moment. It rewires your energy, shifting your focus from lack to fulfillment and creating space for greater blessings to flow into your life. Take a moment to reflect on the power of gratitude. Consider how your energy changes when you focus on even the smallest joys, a kind word from a loved one, the warmth of the sun on your face, or the fact that you've made it through challenges you once thought insurmountable. These moments of acknowledgement elevate your vibration, aligning you with the energy of abundance. Visualization is another transformative practice in manifestation. When you visualize, you're not simply imagining a distant dream, you are energetically aligning with your desired reality as if it already exists. This goes beyond seeing it with your mind's eye. It involves feeling it with your whole being. Close your eyes and picture yourself living the life you desire. What does it look like? More importantly, what does it feel like? The emotions of joy, peace, and gratitude you generate during visualization send a clear signal to the universe, accelerating the arrival of that reality into your present. It's important to remember that energy is a two-way conversation. While your thoughts and feelings shape your reality, your external environment also influences your energy. Surround yourself with people, experiences, and practices that uplift and inspire you. Make room in your life, physically and emotionally, for the blessings you're manifesting. Manifestation is not magic. It's a partnership between your energy, actions, and the divine flow of the universe. The key is to approach it with faith and intentionality. Trust that as you align your energy with abundance, you are co-creating with God, who desires to see you thrive. So today, choose to elevate your energy. Focus on gratitude for what is, visualize what will be, and trust the divine timing that brings it all together. As you do, you'll find that manifestation is not about chasing blessings. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts them. Resistance often stands as the greatest barrier between us and the life we desire. Whether it comes in the form of doubt, fear, or impatience, resistance blocks the flow of blessings meant for us. It keeps us tethered to a mindset of control, an endless struggle to force outcomes, micromanage details, and hold tightly to how we think things should happen. Yet, the path to true abundance lies not in grasping but in letting go. Surrendering to God's process is not a sign of weakness or giving up. It is an act of profound faith. To surrender is to release the burden of control, trusting that God's plan is far greater than anything we could imagine for ourselves. It is an acknowledgement that while we may plant seeds and nurture them, it is God who causes them to grow. Proverbs 3:5-6 offers a powerful reminder. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. But surrendering is not easy. It requires us to confront the parts of ourselves that fear the unknown. It calls us to let go of the timeline we've created in our minds and the need to control every detail. This act of trust can feel vulnerable, even unsettling. However, it is in this vulnerability that we create space for miracles. Imagine holding a clenched fist, gripping tightly to something you fear losing. In doing so, your hand cannot receive anything new. Now picture opening that fist, releasing control and trusting that something greater is on its way. This is the essence of surrender, making room for God's grace to flow into your life. Resistance often stems from a place of scarcity, a fear that things won't work out, that you'll fall short, or that you're running out of time. But scarcity is a lie that distorts our perspective. God's resources are limitless, and His timing is perfect. When we surrender, we shift from striving to aligning. We stop trying to force blessings and instead position ourselves to receive them. Consider how much lighter life becomes when you stop carrying the weight of needing to figure everything out. Surrender allows you to move from stress to peace, from striving to trusting. It is an invitation to lean into God's promises, to trust that He is working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. Miracles often occur in the space where we let go. When we release our grip on how things must happen, we give God room to surprise us with His goodness. Surrender doesn't mean passivity. It means partnering with God, taking inspired action while leaving the outcomes in His hands. As you surrender, you'll find that life flows more freely. The very act of letting go becomes the doorway through which blessings, peace, and miracles enter. In surrender, you align yourself with God's grace, and in that alignment, all things are possible. Chosen ones, you are called to rise above the limitations of your external circumstances and live in the state of having. This is a powerful shift, a divine alignment that acknowledges a truth far greater than what the eyes can see. What you desire is already yours. Living in the state of having means embodying abundance, not as something you hope for in the future, but as a reality that already exists. This is not wishful thinking or empty affirmation. It is a divine truth rooted in your connection to God, who is the source of all abundance. When you embrace this truth, you stop defining yourself by lack or limitations. You no longer let your current circumstances dictate your sense of worth, joy, or possibility. Instead, you anchor yourself in the certainty of your divine inheritance. This internal shift transforms everything. Your thoughts become aligned with gratitude and confidence. Your emotions are rooted in peace and joy, and your actions begin to reflect the person you are becoming, not the person you've been. You act with faith, speak with assurance, and carry yourself with the energy of someone who knows that every desire placed in their heart is already being fulfilled. As you live in this state, blessings flow to you effortlessly. The energy of having is magnetic. It attracts opportunities, aligns you with divine timing, and opens doors you never thought possible. People, resources, and circumstances are drawn to you in ways that feel almost miraculous. This isn't coincidence. It's the natural outcome of aligning yourself with God's abundant flow. Understand this. Abundance is not something you chase. It is something you embody. When you step into the state of having, you affirm that you are already whole, already enough, and already worthy of the good things you desire. This truth doesn't just transform your reality, it transforms your spirit. You begin to see yourself as God sees you, blessed, chosen, and overflowing with potential. But stepping into this state requires trust. Trust in God's timing, trust in His provision, and trust in yourself as a co-creator with Him. It requires letting go of the fear, doubt, and impatience that keep you stuck in a state of wanting. Wanting keeps you focused on what you lack. Having focuses on what you are already receiving. The moment you make this shift, your reality begins to transform. Chosen ones, the time is now. You have waited long enough, doubted long enough, and played small long enough. Step into your divine power. Trust that the process is unfolding perfectly, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. Know that every desire you hold in faith is already on its way to you. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to affirm it. Like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and comment below with the words, "I am already abundant," because you are. You are already whole, and the universe, God's divine creation, is ready to shower you with blessings beyond measure. Your shift from wanting to having has begun. Embrace it fully, and watch as your life transforms in ways that are greater than anything you could ask or imagine. Welcome, beloved of God. If you've stumbled across this message today, it's no coincidence. Divine alignment has brought you here, and something extraordinary is about to unfold in your life. Whether you realize it or not, you are on the brink of a breakthrough, and this moment is the key to unlocking the promises of God in your life. The truth we're about to uncover isn't new, it's eternal. Yet, it holds the power to revolutionize how you face your battles, claim your victories, and walk in your God-given purpose. Before we dive deeper, let me take a moment to thank you for supporting this channel. Your prayers, likes, shares, and donations through Super Thanks fuel this ministry, helping us spread God's word to countless hearts. If this message stirs your spirit, I invite you to comment 77 below as a declaration of faith that you are ready to receive the fullness of God's promises. Now pause and reflect on a powerful statement from Jesus. It is finished. These three words hold the weight of eternity, the fulfillment of God's redemptive plan for humanity. But what does this mean for you today? How does this truth apply to the struggles you face, the chains you long to break, and the blessings you've been praying for? Stay with me, because the revelation that follows may be the key to unlocking everything you've been seeking. Imagine a love so pure, so selfless, that it willingly endures unimaginable pain to bring you freedom. This love is more than words. It is action. It is the love of Christ, who chose to bear the weight of every sin, sickness, and sorrow for your healing and restoration. Have you ever felt so broken that healing seemed impossible? So burdened by life's struggles that peace felt like a distant dream? Isaiah 53 verse 5 reminds us of the profound sacrifice made for us. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. This verse encapsulates the heart of Jesus' mission. His wounds were not accidental. They were purposeful, designed to carry the weight of our pain and bring us healing. It wasn't just physical suffering he endured. It was an act of divine exchange, his life for your wholeness. Think about it. The King of Glory, the creator of the universe, willingly submitted himself to humiliation and agony. Why? Because his love for you is immeasurable. When he carried the cross, he also carried every emotional wound, every sickness, and every burden you would ever face. Jesus' suffering wasn't limited to his time on earth. It transcends time, extending into your life today. Matthew 8:17 confirms, this was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took up our infirmities and bore our diseases. When Jesus endured lashes, it wasn't just an act of brutality. Each stripe was a declaration of victory over every illness, heartache, and spiritual affliction. His wounds became the bridge between our brokenness and God's healing power. As 1 Peter 2:24 declares, he himself bore our sins in his body on the tree, that we might die to sin and live to righteousness. By his wounds, you have been healed. This healing isn't just physical. It's a profound restoration that touches every part of who you are. It's emotional, reaching into the deepest wounds of your heart, offering comfort for the pain you thought no one could see. It's spiritual, bridging the gap that sin created and drawing you back into the arms of a loving God who never stopped pursuing you. It's mental, replacing the chaos of anxiety and fear with peace that surpasses understanding. And yes, it is physical, bringing strength and renewal to your body in ways only he can. Through his sacrifice, Jesus has opened the door to complete wholeness. His love doesn't just mend what is broken, it transforms it into something new, something beautiful. Every scar becomes a testimony, every weakness a reminder of his strength working within you. The cross is the ultimate declaration that you are not beyond repair. You are seen, loved, and made whole. Now imagine living with this truth deeply rooted in your heart. How would it change your daily life? Would fear lose its grip, knowing that you're held in hands capable of restoring anything? Would your relationships deepen, reflecting the same love and forgiveness you've received? Would you embrace challenges with confidence, trusting that nothing is beyond his ability to redeem? This is not just a promise, it's an invitation. Believe this truth, and let it transform the way you think, act, and live. Your story is still being written, and with him, every chapter is one of healing, restoration, and purpose. But will you take the first step toward living in the fullness of this truth? When Jesus declared, "It is finished," he wasn't just marking the end of his earthly mission. He was proclaiming that every price for your salvation, healing, and freedom had been paid in full. Every sin, every struggle, every sickness, he carried it all so you wouldn't have to. Romans 8:11 assures us, "And if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, he who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies because of his Spirit who lives in you." The same power that raised Jesus from the grave, the power that overcame death, sin, and the forces of darkness, is alive in you today. It's not a distant or passive force. It is active, present, and available to transform every area of your life. This power isn't confined to the forgiveness of sins, though that alone is extraordinary. It goes far beyond, reaching into the deepest brokenness of your heart, mind, body, and spirit. It restores, renews, and revives what seems lost beyond repair. By his stripes, you are healed. Every lash he endured wasn't just for physical ailments, but for the emotional wounds, the scars of your past, and the hidden pain no one else sees. He bore it all so you could walk in wholeness. By his blood, you are redeemed. What was once stained by sin has been made clean. Your identity has been rewritten, not as a slave to guilt or fear, but as a beloved child of God. By his sacrifice, you are set free. The chains that held you, whether they were addictions, doubts, or insecurities, have been broken. You no longer have to live bound by what once kept you captive. This power changes everything. It gives you the strength to rise above circumstances, the courage to face challenges, and the hope to believe for miracles in your life. It empowers you to forgive, to love boldly, and to live in a way that reflects his victory. Do you truly grasp the magnitude of this truth? If you let it, this power will transform the way you see yourself and your purpose. You are not just surviving, you are living as a testament to the life-changing power of the resurrection. Healing is not just about physical ailments, it's about total restoration. The wounds Jesus bore were for every area of your life, your body, mind, soul, and spirit. Whatever pain you're carrying, whether it's the scars of the past, the weight of shame, or the ache of rejection, Jesus' sacrifice has already provided the healing you need. Isaiah 53:4-5 reminds us, "Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering, yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed." This healing is personal. It's for you. Right where you are, in the middle of your pain, your struggles, and your questions, his healing power is reaching out. Don't let the enemy whisper lies into your heart, convincing you that your pain is too great, your scars too deep, or your sin too heavy for God to handle. Those lies are meant to keep you bound in chains that Jesus already broke. Jesus bore it all. Every ounce of suffering, every moment of shame, every burden of guilt, he carried it willingly to the cross. He looked at the weight of your pain and didn't flinch. There is no wound so deep that his love can't heal it, no past so broken that his grace can't restore it. Whether it's a hidden hurt you've carried for years or a fresh wound that feels unbearable, he has already made a way for your healing. His power is limitless. It doesn't stop at forgiving your sins, though his forgiveness is more than enough. It goes further, touching every corner of your life. He wants to mend the parts of you that feel shattered, to soothe the pain that feels unrelenting, and to bring peace to the chaos inside you. His healing is complete, mind, body, and spirit. Peace is so much more than the mere absence of conflict or turmoil. It's a profound sense of wholeness, security, and rest that comes from being fully anchored in God. This kind of peace isn't fleeting or dependent on circumstances. It's supernatural, flowing directly from his presence into every area of your life. Philippians 4:7 assures us of this truth. "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This isn't a peace the world can offer. It is divine, unshakable, and surpasses anything we can comprehend. But this peace came at a cost. It wasn't handed to you lightly or without sacrifice. Jesus endured the agony of chastisement, rejection, and suffering so that you could experience this gift of supernatural peace. The weight of your anxiety, the storms in your soul, and the unrest in your heart, all of it was placed on him. When he declared, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you," he wasn't speaking about a temporary relief from troubles. He was giving you access to a calm that anchors your soul, even when the waves of life rage around you. This peace doesn't mean life will be without challenges or storms, but it does mean you'll have an unshakable refuge in the midst of them. It guards your heart when fear tries to take hold and steadies your mind when doubt threatens to overwhelm. It's the quiet assurance that God is in control, that his plans for you are good, and that you are never alone. Through the wounds of Jesus, we are not only healed but also forgiven, a profound truth that carries eternal significance. Colossians 1:13-14 proclaims this powerful reality. For he has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son he loves, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. This isn't just a distant hope or abstract promise. It's a rescue mission that Jesus completed for you. He reached into the darkness of sin and shame, pulling you out and bringing you into his glorious kingdom of light. Forgiveness is more than just a clean slate. It's a transformation. It's not simply erasing the record of your wrongs, but rewriting your story entirely. Through Christ's sacrifice, you are redeemed, made whole, and given a brand new identity. As 2 Corinthians 5:17 reminds us, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here. This is the miracle of forgiveness. It doesn't leave you where it found you. Instead, it makes you new, replacing guilt with grace and shame with the righteousness of Christ. When you accept this forgiveness, you are no longer defined by your past mistakes. They don't have the power to label you, control you, or hold you back. Instead, you are defined by who Jesus is and what he has done. His righteousness becomes your covering, his victory becomes your inheritance, and his love becomes the foundation of your life. Imagine stepping fully into this truth, living with the freedom that comes from knowing you are completely forgiven and wholly loved. Let go of the chains of guilt and shame. Step into your new identity, one marked by redemption, grace, and the unshakable peace of belonging to Christ. Beloved, the time to claim your inheritance is now. The healing, peace, and freedom that Jesus purchased for you on the cross are not distant promises or rewards for some future moment. They are already yours. These gifts of grace, paid for in full by his sacrifice, are waiting for you to receive them. Don't let fear, doubt, or the lies of the enemy convince you that you're unworthy or that it's not the right time. The enemy's greatest tactic is to keep you from stepping into the fullness of what God has promised, but the truth is, you were made for this. Now is the moment to take hold of all that God has prepared for you. Hebrews 10:23 calls us to boldness. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. God's promises are not fragile or uncertain. They are backed by his unchanging faithfulness. He is the God who keeps his word, the God who moves mountains, and the God who is ready to meet you in your need. Hold on to this hope with unshakable confidence, knowing that he will never fail you. As you embrace the healing, peace, and freedom found in Jesus, let it ignite a fire within you, a fire that transforms your life and draws others to the light of his love. Your journey is not just for you. It's a beacon of hope to those still searching. As Jesus said in Matthew 5:16, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. When you walk in God's promises, your life becomes a testimony of his grace and power. Don't wait another moment. Step forward in faith, claim your inheritance, and let your life shine as a living testament to the goodness of God. Let us close with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, we stand in awe of your love and the sacrifice of your Son, Jesus. We thank you for his wounds that brought us healing, his blood that redeemed us, and his peace that anchors us. Lord, we lay every burden at your feet and declare that by his stripes, we are healed. Let your Spirit move in power, breaking chains, mending hearts, and restoring lives. May each person here walk in the fullness of your promises, boldly declaring the truth of your love. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. My friends, if this message has touched your heart, I encourage you to share it. Comment below and declare your faith. Remember, by his stripes you are healed, forgiven, and set free. Live in this truth and let your life testify to the power of his ultimate sacrifice. You didn't stumble upon this message by chance. No, this is divine timing. You've been through storms that would have crushed anyone else. They wronged you, betrayed you, and then had the audacity to paint themselves as the victim. But chosen one, listen carefully. God saw it all. He witnessed every scheme, every lie, and every twisted narrative they used to turn the story in their favor. They thought they could get away with it, but the Lord had already warned them to leave you alone. Now the consequences of their actions are coming, and justice is unfolding before your very eyes. If this message resonates with your spirit, drop a 77 in the comments below as a sign of divine alignment and confirmation that God is fighting for you. Let's declare together that justice is already in motion and that God's chosen will always prevail. Stay tuned, chosen ones, because this is your moment of breakthrough. They didn't just hurt you casually, their actions were calculated. They spread vicious lies to tarnish your reputation, meticulously planting seeds of doubt in the hearts of people around you. These weren't harmless rumors. They were deliberate attempts to destroy everything you had worked for. They whispered into the ears of people you trusted, poisoning relationships and isolating you from your support system. Their goal was to leave you cornered and questioning your own worth. They didn't stop at tarnishing your name. Their attacks extended to every corner of your life. It wasn't enough for them to spread lies and rumors. They wanted to dismantle your very foundation. With calculated cruelty, they sought to make you seem untrustworthy, planting doubt in the minds of anyone who dared to support or believe in you. Their goal wasn't just to hurt you. It was to completely strip you of your credibility and isolate you from the people who mattered most. Their actions went beyond whispers and accusations. They took their schemes to new levels, plotting ways to ensnare you in legal battles, hoping to drag your name through the courts and leave an indelible mark of shame and guilt upon you. They wanted to scar you, not just emotionally, but in ways that would linger, ways that would affect your opportunities, your relationships, and your peace of mind. They sought to build a narrative where you were the villain, and they the innocent victims of your supposed misdeeds. But what they failed to understand is that no scheme escapes the watchful eyes of God. Every step they took, every malicious plan they hatched, God saw it all. Their plots were futile because they were rooted in deceit, and no lie can stand against the truth of God's justice. While they worked in darkness, God was working in the light. His hand of protection shielded you from their worst intentions, ensuring that their plans would ultimately fail. They may have thought they were clever, but God's wisdom far surpasses human cunning. What they meant for your harm, God will use for your elevation. Their attempts to break you were doomed the moment they set their sights on one of God's chosen. Here's the thing. Deception has a way of unraveling itself, exposing the truth in ways no one can anticipate. In their relentless attempts to tarnish your reputation, they unwittingly revealed more about their own character than they ever intended. The lies they spun about you were never truly about who you are. They were a reflection of their own inner darkness. Their actions mirrored their insecurities, fears, and flaws, exposing the envy and bitterness that consumed them. Every seed of deceit they planted has now grown into their downfall. They thought their schemes were foolproof, believing they could manipulate others and escape the consequences. They mistook their cunning for invincibility, never realizing they were up against something far greater than themselves, the power of God's truth and protection. As they twisted the narrative to cast themselves as victims, they may have fooled some people for a time. They cried foul to the world, carefully crafting a facade of innocence while trying to paint you as the villain. But God, who sees the heart, was never deceived. He saw their true intentions, the malice, the jealousy, and the calculated effort to bring harm to one of his chosen. While they worked tirelessly to maintain their charade, God was watching, documenting every lie, every scheme, and every moment of manipulation. Their cries for sympathy may have won over some, but they could never deceive the one who knows all. Their arrogance led them to believe they were untouchable, but they failed to recognize that God's justice never misses its mark. Now, their actions are catching up to them. The truth is surfacing, and the mask they wore is slipping. God's truth is shining a light on their deceit, and their plans are crumbling under its weight. Even when you felt abandoned, isolated, and betrayed, God never left your side. Every tear you cried in the quiet of your room, every desperate plea you whispered when no one else could hear, reached Him. He was there, collecting every tear, hearing every word, and holding you close even when you couldn't feel His presence. It may have seemed like your prayers went unanswered, but nothing could be further from the truth. While you saw stillness, God was at work behind the scenes, orchestrating something far greater than you could imagine. The silence you endured was not neglect, it was preparation. God was aligning circumstances, softening hearts, and orchestrating events in ways only He could. He was putting the right people in place, people who would see the truth and rise to defend you when the time was right. What felt like delay was actually divine timing, a period in which God was carefully laying the foundation for your vindication. You may have wondered if anyone would ever see through the lies, if anyone truly understood the pain you were enduring. But God saw it all. He knew the truth from the very beginning, and He was already raising up individuals who would stand beside you when the moment of truth arrived. These people, handpicked by Him, would not be swayed by deceit or manipulation. When the truth finally comes to light, and it will, you'll see that God's timing was perfect all along. He was not only preparing the stage for your vindication, but also strengthening you in the process. In your darkest moments, He was building within you a resilience and a faith that would sustain you for the blessings and victories to come. God has never left your side, and His plan for you has always been one of redemption and triumph. Make no mistake, their betrayal was never about you. It was a reflection of their own inner struggles and insecurities. They saw something in you, a light, a purpose, a strength that they lacked, and it frightened them. Instead of using that fear as motivation to grow, they allowed it to fester into envy. Rather than addressing their own flaws and shortcomings, they fixated on trying to diminish what made you unique. Your strength, resilience, and unwavering faith became a mirror, reflecting back to them everything they wished they were, but weren't willing to work for. Every time you achieved something, it reminded them of their own stagnation. Every time you stood firm in your values, it exposed their instability and lack of grounding. Your authenticity was like a beacon, illuminating the areas of their lives they were desperate to hide from others, and even themselves. They didn't hate you for anything you did. They hated you for who you are. Your light exposed their darkness, and instead of confronting the shadows within, they tried to snuff out your flame. They believed that by attacking you, they could silence the discomfort you caused them, but they failed to realize that your light wasn't self-made. It was God-given. Their jealousy consumed them, warping their actions and clouding their judgment. They sought to bring you down because they couldn't handle the idea of you continuing to rise. What they didn't realize, though, is that your light doesn't diminish when others try to overshadow it. Instead, every attack against you only amplifies your shine. Their betrayal wasn't about your flaws. It was about their refusal to face their own. They tried to tear you down because they couldn't bear to see you thrive. But their efforts were destined to fail because what God has ordained cannot be undone. Here's the truth. No one can outsmart God. They may have believed they were untouchable, that their carefully crafted lies and manipulations would shield them indefinitely. They operated behind closed doors, building a web of deceit with precision, convinced that their cunning and arrogance would protect them from any consequences. But what they failed to understand is that God sees everything. Every whispered lie, every calculated scheme, every moment of deception, none of it escaped His notice. They thought they could manipulate people and circumstances forever, but God was watching, and His justice is now in motion. The very lies they told to harm you are starting to unravel, and the masks they wore so confidently are slipping. The people they once deceived, the ones who believed their twisted narratives, are beginning to see the truth. Slowly but surely, their facade is crumbling, and the support system they relied on is falling apart. The same manipulative tactics they used to tear you down are now working against them. Their lies are coming back to haunt them, and their actions are being exposed for what they truly are. The web of deceit they wove so meticulously is now ensnaring them, leaving them trapped in the consequences of their own choices. God's justice doesn't miss a beat. What they intended for your harm is turning into their downfall. They underestimated the power of God's truth and the divine protection over your life. Now, the tables are turning, and the light of truth is exposing every corner of their darkness. Their arrogance has led them to this moment, and the weight of their actions is finally catching up with them. While they stumble in the ruins of their deceit, you stand firm, protected and vindicated by the one who never fails. Chosen one. They may have thought they escaped judgment, but no one escapes the reach of their own conscience. Their guilt has become an unrelenting shadow, haunting them day and night. Sleepless nights have become their norm as they toss and turn, unable to escape the constant replay of their actions. Every betrayal, every lie, and every scheme they crafted against you echoes in their minds, a relentless reminder of the pain they caused. Their guilt is not just a passing emotion. It has taken root deep within them, eating away at their peace and stability. No matter how hard they try to distract themselves with work, relationships, or fleeting pleasures, the weight of their actions follows them everywhere they go. It clings to them like a heavy chain, a burden they cannot shake. Outwardly, they may try to appear composed, keeping up appearances and pretending all is well. But behind closed doors, the truth emerges. They are crumbling under the pressure of their own conscience, their minds tormented by the magnitude of their wrongs. The guilt they carry is relentless, surfacing in quiet moments and refusing to be silenced. They can't outrun the spiritual consequences of their betrayal. Every time they face their reflection, they're reminded of the person they've become and the harm they've done. The inner turmoil is their constant companion, gnawing at their sense of self and stripping away any fleeting comfort they may find. What they thought was a victory over you has turned into their own prison. Their conscience has become their judge, ensuring they feel every ounce of the pain they caused. While they struggle under the weight of their guilt, you remain free, shielded by God's grace and moving forward in peace and purpose. Their betrayal has trapped them in a cycle of stagnation. While you are flourishing, growing stronger, and ascending to new heights, they remain stuck in place, unable to move forward. God, in His wisdom, has blocked every avenue of progress for them until they confront the harm they have caused. Their actions, born of malice and jealousy, have not only hurt you, but also set the stage for their own downfall. Now, their relationships are faltering, their ambitions are at a standstill, and the paths they once walked with confidence have become shrouded in confusion and uncertainty. Where they once believed they could manipulate and deceive with ease, they are now met with resistance and failure at every turn. The connections they relied on for support are fraying as the truth of their actions begins to surface. They sowed seeds of malice, believing they could move forward unscathed, but now they are reaping a harvest of suffering. Their attempts to harm you have boomeranged, bringing chaos and disruption into their own lives. Every choice they made to tear you down has led to walls they cannot climb and doors they cannot open. They underestimated the power of God's justice, thinking they could harm His chosen and escape accountability. But God sees all, and His justice is precise. They are now learning that what you plant in the lives of others, you must inevitably harvest in your own. While they remain trapped in this cycle of frustration and spiritual stagnation, you are rising higher than ever. God's favor is upon you, and your life is a testament to His faithfulness. Their actions, meant to destroy you, have only elevated you, leaving them behind to face the consequences of their own choices. Through it all, God's hand has been over your life. Their attempts to harm you, to tear you down, were absorbed by the divine armor God placed around you, a protection they could neither see nor understand. Every scheme they devised, every blow they delivered, was rendered powerless by the unshakable fortress of God's love and grace. They didn't realize that in attacking you, they were waging war against God Himself. What they intended to break you only made you stronger. Their attempts to shake your faith, to sow seeds of doubt and despair, backfired spectacularly. Each challenge they placed in your path became an opportunity for God to build your resilience, fortify your spirit, and deepen your trust in Him. The pain they sought to inflict on you became the catalyst for your growth, refining you into an even stronger version of yourself. God, in His infinite wisdom, turned their acts of malice into tools for preparation. What they meant for your harm, He transformed into stepping stones for the blessings ahead. While they schemed in the shadows, God was working in the light, ensuring that every attack served His purpose of preparing you for greater things. They thought they could derail your purpose, but instead, they were unwitting participants in God's plan to elevate you. The very struggles they orchestrated became the foundation for your future victories. With every blow they delivered, your strength grew. With every falsehood they spread, your faith became unshakable. Through it all, God has been your defender, your shield, and your vindicator, ensuring that no weapon formed against you could ever prosper. Now you stand stronger, more prepared, and ready for the blessings that await. Now is your time to rise, chosen one. The storm they brought into your life has passed, and the skies are clearing. While they remain entangled in the mess they created, bound by the weight of their own actions, you are being lifted higher. God has seen your faithfulness through the trials, and now He is moving you into a new season, a season of peace, purpose, and divine favor. God removed them from your life for a reason. He saw what you couldn't, the darkness in their hearts, the envy in their intentions, and the harm they planned against you. To protect your purpose, He cut them off from your path, ensuring their presence could no longer hinder the destiny He has prepared for you. Though their departure may have felt painful at first, it was a divine act of love and protection. Now you are stepping into a new chapter. The pain they caused is no longer your burden to carry. The bitterness, the anger, the questions of why, none of it has a place in the life God is building for you. You are free, unshackled from the weight of their betrayal, and ready to move forward into a future filled with promise. Your growth and resilience are living proof of God's faithfulness. What they meant to destroy you only strengthened you. What they intended for harm, God used to build your character, deepen your faith, and prepare you for greater blessings. This is your moment to embrace the peace that surpasses all understanding, the purpose that has always been yours, and the favor that only God can give. The past no longer holds you. Your focus is forward, toward the incredible destiny God has set before you. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what they did. It doesn't mean erasing the memories or dismissing the betrayal. Instead, forgiveness is about releasing the power their actions have over you. It's about freeing your heart from the anger, bitterness, and resentment that threaten to weigh you down. By forgiving, you're not condoning their behavior. You're choosing to no longer let it control your emotions, your peace, or your future. God has something greater for you, a purpose far too important to be tethered to the pain of the past. When you let go of the hurt, you make room for the blessings He's already prepared for you. Bitterness is heavy, and it keeps you anchored in places you were never meant to stay. Forgiveness, however, is a release. It's the key that unlocks the doors to your next level. As you begin to let go, you'll notice something incredible. Your elevation accelerates. The more you release, the lighter you become, and the higher you rise. God has already cleared your path of obstacles and distractions. His blessings are not just waiting for you, they're overflowing, ready to pour into every area of your life. But to fully embrace them, you must let go of what no longer serves you. Forgiveness is not about them, it's about you. It's about reclaiming your joy, your focus, and your power. It's about stepping boldly into the future God has for you without the chains of the past holding you back. The higher you rise, the more you'll see that forgiveness was never a sign of weakness. It was the ultimate act of strength, faith, and freedom. Because you stayed faithful through the trials, God is now honoring you with abundance beyond anything you could have imagined. The peace you once prayed for is now your reality. New opportunities are springing up all around you, and your spirit is growing stronger and more aligned with God's purpose for your life. The very things they tried to take from you, your joy, your reputation, your confidence, are being restored, not just in part, but tenfold. Every tear you shed, every moment you endured in silence was seen by God. He hasn't just remembered your pain, He's transforming it into blessings. Doors that no one can shut are opening before you, and pathways that once seemed blocked are now clear. You are stepping into the manifestation of His promises, walking boldly in the destiny He prepared for you all along. You are living proof that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Their attempts to break you, to crush your spirit, have only served to highlight the resilience and strength within you. Every attack they launched against you was absorbed by God's protection, and instead of defeating you, it refined you. You are stronger now, wiser, and more prepared for the next chapter of your journey. Now you're shining brighter than ever, a beacon of hope and testimony to what God can do when His chosen one remains faithful. The fullness of your divine purpose is unfolding before you, and nothing can stop it. What they meant for harm, God has used for good, and your story is one of triumph, grace, and unshakable faith. Your elevation is just beginning, and the blessings pouring into your life are a testament to God's unmatched faithfulness. Chosen ones, never doubt God's justice. They may have played the victim, but God saw the truth. He will ensure you rise while they face the consequences of their actions. Your victory is already written, and their downfall is inevitable. Keep your heart pure, even in the midst of your elevation. Stay focused on your path, and trust God's perfect timing. As you continue to rise, you will see the scales of justice tip in your favor, and the lies they told will crumble in the light of God's truth. And remember, chosen one, the best is yet to come. God's favor is upon you, and your future is filled with blessings, divine purpose, and peace beyond understanding. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey. If this message resonated with you and inspired your faith, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to this channel for more uplifting content. Let's continue to grow together in faith and purpose. Remember, you are never alone. God is with you every step of the way. Stay blessed, chosen ones, and I'll see you in the next video.